What's up, everybody? So, a bit more news on the James Bond franchise front, and it's actually good news. I know there's a lot of people that are incredibly pessimistic and not feeling good about Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson stepping aside and letting Amazon and MGM have their way with the Bond franchise. But I do like the next step that was made, which was to basically have people like Amy Pascal and David Heyman producing, kind of taking over the reins. Now, for most of you, you have no idea who these people are, so it doesn't really mean anything. I know it's like very inside baseball type of thing. But think of it in these terms. Amy Pascal is basically the person behind the day-to-day of doing the Tom Holland Spider-Man franchise. And I don't think you can see any one of them really and think that they're not really, really great, entertaining movies. I really, really enjoy the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. David Heyman is basically the guy responsible for producing the Harry Potter franchise. And there you go. So you have like these two powerhouse producers taking over a powerhouse franchise. Now, in the short term, here's like my 2 cents on it. In the short term, it's definitely like that first Bond movie that is going to come out, and God knows when, it's going to be a banger. I will predict that. I will guarantee it right here, right now. It's going to be awesome, and people are going to love it. Because they kind of have to. I mean, say what you want about Hollywood, but they do see the writing on the wall. And they do kind of have to see where culture is going. And if they do something that is too similar to what things were like 5 years ago, they know they're not going to make any money. I mean, all they have to do is look at the movies that have come out that were greenlit 5 years ago and see how complete failures they have been. So with James Bond, it's going to be like a fresh new start for it with people in charge that I believe understand the assignment, which is to make a great movie that caters to the specific conventions and elements of a Bond movie. Having said that, if I am worried about anything, it's the long-term consequences. Because if you remember, the first movie in the new Star Wars trilogy, The Force Awakens, was very well received, made tons of money. People enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I understood that they were taking a little too much of the old trilogy and kind of rehashing it into the new one, but it was still really, really good. I still really enjoyed The Force Awakens. It was everything that came afterwards that was just not good. So that's my one hesitation as far as completely accepting what it is going to happen with the James Bond franchise. I think when you look at what had been done to the Star Wars franchise, what has been done to the Lord of the Rings franchise, Hollywood take on these IPs, these intellectual properties, and then instead of just sticking to the formula that made those franchises successful, they just strip mine it, think that they can do whatever they want inside that franchise, slap the logo of that franchise on it, and think it's going to be successful. And they've shown time and time again that that is not what happens. So maybe, if there's any hope at all, maybe they learn from the mistakes of seeing the dumpster fire that's happened at Lucasfilm, the dumpster fire that's happened with what they've done with Tolkien's stories, and just to stick to the originals. Have a capable, mysterious, just competent spy do his thing for England to save the world, save his country, whatever the case may be. And I don't think they have to go too far into the past. I think you can still make it current and still have the beautiful women, the cool cars, the really cool action sequences, and the larger-than-life villain. I think you can have those things. You don't need a spin-off film franchise. You don't need a spin-off TV series. Just stick to the originals. Don't give the audience too much, so that way they don't get stuffed. All right? You got to leave them just satisfied enough so that they'll keep coming back for more, just like they've done since the 1960s with James Bond. Anyways, that's all I got to say about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button, give me a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.